Hi, welcome to Funfold Friday at Lori's craftingplace.blogspot.com. Thank you for joining me, and we're going to be making a funfold. That's why it's Friday Funfold. I'm going to try to do this every Friday and have Friday funfolds. So anyways, we're going to give it a try and see how it works, and I'm so glad that you could join me. Today we're going to be making a vertical easel funfold. Okay, and I have all the measurements. They'll be down in the description box. And this card looks like this when it's finished. And this comes over here and hooks right there. You can see we've got a little triangle there. And this is our funfold for today. And so we're going to be making this card. Then it opens up. And you have this little easel part right here that this hooks into. And I think it's a really cute card. So, excuse me, I'm taking a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and it's an 8.5 by 5.5. And then we're going to do some scoring here. We're going to score it at 2 1/8. So I'm going to get you down here. We're going to just get started. Make sure that you can see. I think that will work right about here. So we're going to take the paper trimmer score board, and we're going to score it 2 1/8. So let's come down here to, whoops, we want 2 1/8. And we're going to score that. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Oops, so we're going to come up here. I'm going to scoot this down so you can see. 4 1/4. Better scoot over here a little bit. My tripod leg is in the way. 4 1/4. And that's the only 2 folds that we need. Okay, so we'll set this aside for a moment. And then we're going to take this and we're going to fold this one over this way. Okay, and then we're going to fold this one back on itself. And then this makes part of our card here. And actually, we don't want to fold it back on itself. So we're going to fold that one over. Sorry about that. We're going to fold this one over. That's all right. This will give us a really good crease because this has to go like that when we're done so that we have that triangle piece. Okay, so we're just scoring it at 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4 and folding both of them over. Okay, then the next thing that we want to do is pick out our paper. I thought we could use a white mat on here. So let me get a piece of white here. I should have a big enough piece. Yeah, I do. And so this piece for the white mat is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So again, we're going to measure this at 5 1/4 and at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Okay. We'll set that aside. And so this is going to go in here like this. And we'll stamp on it. Okay, so that's going to go in there. And let me see. Then we're going to need a little piece that's going to go right here. And I think that I'm going to make it out of the Flirty Flamingo also. We'll set that up there. Get our score tool out, and this piece is going to be 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. So let's measure it down here at 5 1/4. You can see that. 5 1/4, that's how tall it's going to be, by 1 1/4. Now we can come back down here. I don't have a long enough or wide enough desk. 1 1/4. Okay, and so this piece here will get popped up. I think I'll set that right over here. I can reach it easier. Is going to be popped up on dimensionals. So let me see where I have my dimensionals. Yep. So I'm going to put some along the side here. And let's see, we'll get another one. And maybe a couple more. Not getting them on there very straight, but that's okay. And we're going to put some on this side over here. Okay, so those will be ready to go. That's all I did. Okay, so let's think about what we're going to do. I need to stamp something, and I'm thinking that I like this birthday blooms, and I'm in need of some birthday cards, so I think we're going to stamp this on here, and that will fit perfectly. So let's use some, let's see if I can find my Flirty Flamingo. There it is. And use some Flirty Flamingo ink. And so we're going to ink this up. And then we're going to stamp that on here. Right about there. Oh, that kind of got crooked. You can see that. That's okay. We're going to turn it over. They will never know. So what I need to remember is that didn't get put on there very straight. So I need to come down a little bit with my stamp. So I'm not going to want to, I want to turn it a little. No, that's better than it was. Okay, so we're going to use that side. You can always fix your mistakes when you're making cards, because remember, they are handmade, and so you can always fix them. But let's get some glue on here. And we're going to put that over here, leaving a border. And that was, yeah, it'll still close. I'm going to put my lid back on my glue because I don't want it to dry up. And then I'm going to take this little piece here that's going to hold our card up. That'll fit under there to make the easel. Those little dots, these little square things, they can get all over the place, but that's all right. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it gotta come up a little more. And over a little more. Right about there, so that when this comes over, it will catch right there. Okay, so we have that so far. And then what we're going to want to do is put some DSP. And I didn't put any on that side of my original one, but I did put a piece on here and a couple on here. So I thought I would use this butterfly paper. I don't even remember what it was called, but I think it's really pretty. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a piece of this and I'm gonna fold it like that, and I'm gonna put it like right here. And that's one's gonna go right there. I think my husband's ready to probably go grocery shopping with me, so, but I want to finish this. This won't take me too long. These are going to be 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So let's cut, I'm going to cut it off this way, 5 1/4. Okay, we'll have that. And then I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to flip it over because I want this part color. So I'm going to cut this at 1 7/8. 1 7/8. And that gives me a good piece of that. And let's cut the other one at 1 7/8, going the same direction. And that gives us some more. Okay, so we've got those. All right, let's move this back over here. Let's lay this down. Let's see which one I want where. That one can go, oh dear, I didn't want to drop it on the floor. Things get to be too difficult to pick up off the floor when they do that. Then trying to get my chair back over here, so sorry about all that. Kind of just slipped right out of my hand. Okay, so now let's get this. So sorry. That was probably quite a little laugh, but anyway. Let's put this one on this side in between the score lines. Right there. And we'll put this one on the other side. I like this black check on the back side of this. That would go really nice on something. And of course, I could have really sauced these up and made them so, and made it so that I put black under there or something, but I like that. And then we'll take this little piece right here, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm just going to lay it on here like I always do when I do my little cheater, you know, without measuring. And I just make these little tick marks, and then we're going to cut it out. So we're going to cut this off right here, and that one can get thrown away, and then this one's going to get cut off right about there. I hope that works. And that should fit on there. Okay, I'll throw that piece away. I don't really want to keep that little piece. So we'll put this butterfly on here. Even that black check part would have looked good on there. Okay, let's put this on here like so. That's pretty. Okay, so we have that. We have this, which is going to go under here once we get this all done. Okay, we're going to next take and put a piece on here. So I'm going to use this color again, and I have a piece left over. And I'm going to cut it down to, let's see, we're going to cut it down to 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. So 2 7/8 right there. 7/8 by 2 7/8 square. And then I'm going to take this that I have left over, and we're going to cut it to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to turn it over this way. Ooh, I just thought of something. I like this. I am going to do this again. Use this side of it. And I'm going to put that, because I like this black, I'm going to put that on there. So I'm going to cut this right here and take this piece right here, and I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to take this piece. Ooh, I'm really getting an idea here. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this back side of this, and I'm going to put that on here. Just because I don't know, but it just came to me that is really cool paper. Come on, get over here. Let's make it so we can see both sides. And then I'm going to, ooh, I hope this will work. I am going to cut this butterfly out. That's what I want to do. So we're going to cut this butterfly out. And then we're going to, I think, pop it up. So we're just going to cut it. It's called fussy cutting. Only sometimes it's not very fussy. We just cut it out. Alrighty, just about halfway there. And I think I can get his little antennas here too, on here. We'll cut those out. I don't know, all of a sudden that just came to my brain, and I was like, I think this would be really cool. Hopefully I don't cut his little antennae off. Then I thought, oh, you know, and I know we're adding some purple, but if you notice, there is some of that flirty flamingo kind of color in here. So, just about there. Okay. Yep, I like it. I like it. We're not going to put that up with glue. We're going to put it on with pop dots. Let's stick one there. Stick one over there. Yep, stick one over there. One right there, and one in the middle. Okay, let's get those off. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it. Cool idea. All right. then we're gonna stick this up here on pop dots. There. I like it. I hope you like it. Okay. So then we're going to take this and we have to put it, oh, I forgot something. I forgot the mechanism that was under here. I think it will still work. I think I can still get it to work. Okay, we have these little pieces that are 2 by 2. And there's 2 of them. Oh, I almost forgot we need that to hook that on there. So let's cut those out real quick. We're gonna cut 2 by 2, 2 by 2, and I still have a piece of this. We'll cut another 2 by 2 out. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Okay, and then I think this is just folded in half. So let's move that out of our way. We're gonna fold these in half. And then we're gonna crease this. And we're gonna fold this one in half. One is up there. And crease that. Okay, so we took the 2 by 2s and we folded them in half. And then what we need to do is we need to take them and we're going to, let's see if I put glue on that, so that might not work, but let me see if I can get under here and lift this up a little bit. Without ruining my paper. Because you kind of want to hide this under here. So I'm not sure if it'll work. But let's see if it will. Don't know. Would have helped if I would have paid attention to see what I needed to do. Oh, there we go. If you can get past to where the glue is, and then we can get this under here. It just might work. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? Well, maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just still try this. Oh, I am getting the back of it. That's alright. That's alright. You can fix anything, I'm telling you. You can fix anything when it comes to cards. Let's see if we can get this under here more. Well, I wonder if this will work. Let's try to cut this off. Let's put some glue right here. And let's put this under here. And let's see if we can get this under here. I hope so. Okay, and we're gonna fold that over. And then we're going to take this one, see if we can get this one open. Well, see, I wouldn't have had this problem if I would have been paying attention to more of what I was doing. But I did, so now I'm trying to fix it. And it's not wanting to fix very well. So don't do what I'm doing. Be sure you put these on before you put your DSP on. That's all I can tell you. Because I may have to do a whole lot of repairing here. And I know my husband wants to go shopping, and so that kind of threw me off here. So I thought I could get in a quick video, but this is not turning into a quick video, I'm sorry to say. Alright, so let's do the same thing to this one. Let's cut it off down here. I'm going to cut it a little bit off. And I'm going to put glue on this side here and try to stick it up under here. Getting them even. Let's see, get you even here. Because that's how they need to go. So I'm gonna put that over, Then we can take this and glue this to here. So what I'm gonna do is put glue on here. And we're gonna lay this on top, centering it. Alright, I told you there was a way to fix it, but I didn't want to have to do that because now what I'm gonna have to do to fix this, because I messed up the inside of my card, so I'm gonna have to put something there. But this, having put this on here, is what's gonna help this to stand open. See, there's your card. And I think it turned out cute despite the little setbacks that I had. And what I can do to fix these little parts in here is we're just going to take a butterfly or two and we're going to cut them out and we're going to put one on here. In fact, I can tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to cut this butterfly out of here. Let's see if we can't fix this whole card, since it kind of cut into my Flirty Flamingo paper. I think I have another idea. I guess maybe I got so excited about my other idea that I just kind of messed things up. This one I don't think I'm going to get his little antennae, so we're going to cut those off. And then I'm going to show you what I think I'm gonna do. And it'll kind of give this one a little way of opening his wings, I hope. Okay, we're almost there. Cut this off. And right there. And get this little blue part out of there. Okay, so now what my thinking is, see how we have this little fold right here? I'm gonna fold this in on his wing part right here. And I'm going to put a tad of glue on one side and a tad of glue on the other side. And I'm going to stick it right here. And so when this closes, he'll close like that and come over, and you will not see the mess up underneath. So I think it turned out fine. So despite my little mistake. There's our card. Wow. Okay. I think it turned out great. So remember, this card was called, I'm going to put my little sample back together. This card was called the Vertical Easel card. So please give it a try. It's not difficult, especially if you don't make the mistake I did. So be sure you put your mechanism on before you put your designer series paper on. But the card still turned out cute. So I think we had fun. I had fun. I had fun creating. So hey, until next time, happy creating. Bye.